Hey y'all, so we're just gonna get straight into it. As y'all read the title, dating while in your 30s is ghetto. I just want to talk about this topic real quick. I've been 30 for what? For going on 2 years now. I'm 31. And I guess my question is dating in your 30s ghetto, or do we just have standards now? Like, we have to, because I've been talking to my friends who are also 30, and majority of all my friends have recently turned 30. I do have some older friends who, not older friends, but I have some friends who are in their late 30s or mid 30s as well. So they can also kind of like confirm that dating in your 30s is ghetto. But I also want to pose the question, is it ghetto, or do we just have higher standards? Because was I dating in my 20s, or was I just hooking up? Like, that's a serious question. Like, was I dating in my 20s, or was I just hooking up? Because for me, I thought this is like immature Romeo. Like, this is like 22-year-old Romeo. I thought dating meant we go together real bad. I thought dating meant we go together real bad. I thought you were my boyfriend. I thought you were my partner. I thought that's what dating was. But no, you can, as I grew older, I think by the time I turned 27 or 28, I realized, oh, dating means you can get to know multiple people at once. Dating means getting to know someone, getting comfortable with someone. And then after dating, you become exclusive if you all agree to that. And then after being exclusive, then you all go into a relationship. I had a very immature mind when it came to just partnership, because I was very young and I wanted to, just be out there. Listen, I wasn't no whore.
But I was close.
Okay. But needless to say, I'm 31 years old, and I want to ask the question to all my 30-year-olds and even people who are older, is dating ghetto right now at our age, or do we just have higher standards? Is it harder to come across someone who we may enjoy because we have higher standards? We've dated so many people throughout our past lives that now I have a higher standard for myself and who I come across, because I'm not putting up with that bullshit. I'm not putting up with what I pull. I'm not putting up with what I put up with previously when I was 27, when I was 29, when I was 24. Like, I'm not putting up with it. So again, I'm posing the question, is dating in our 30s ghetto, or do we just have higher standards now because we're older, we're more mature, we've been there, done that? So I think that's the question of the episode, and then we can follow back up with that towards the end of the episode. Dating for me, not to put my personal business out there, dating right now is non-existent, and that's a little bit of a choice and a little bit of not so not so of a choice. I intentionally not dated for like about 8 months to a year. I intentionally did not date for about a good 8 months to a year. And that was because I needed to, I've already talked about this a lot on my platform. I went a whole year without being on social media because I needed to get closer to myself, get to know me, get closer with God, etc. We've talked about this many, many times here. So I did not date during that time period. I did get lonely. I got lonely, and it wasn't that I needed to be hugged up with someone, but I wanted to go on a date. Damn. Can I go on a date? Like, can I go have food and converse with someone who is somewhat attractive to me, like, or who I somewhat find, interesting or, likable? So I started dating, and the dates that I went on, child, it seemed like the older you get, the worse they get. Date number 1. It wasn't terrible. It actually was a good date. It actually wasn't a bad date at all. It wasn't a bad date. It was the fact that I got stood up. After the first date, I didn't hear back from him. And it was because I didn't go to his house after the date. I didn't hear back from you because I did not want to go to your house after the date that we had. Excuse me for not wanting to lay on my back the first day that I meet you. Like, please, like, I can't do this. Like, listen, like, I don't want to go to your house after our first date. Like, I'm just not there anymore. Had you called me 2021, maybe. maybe 2022, possibly 2023, but it's 2025, okay? And this is a new Romeo, and I'm not coming to your house after the first date. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. I want to get to know, like, at this point in my life, I want to intentionally date. And I don't have any interest in going over to your house before if I come over to your house, we should have been on at least 3 dates by now. Like, we should be having our 4th date by the time I come over to your house. That's just me. Like, these are my standards, okay? I'm not judging anyone. Listen, let's call a thing a thing. I remember going to people's house and not even having a damn date. Okay? We never even had a date. I'm just here for one thing and one thing only. Ding dong, I'm at your front door, okay? Like, I'm not judging nobody. I just know that here where I'm at right now at the age of 31 and me being older, I don't want to go over your house before the 4th date. Now, once we have that 4th date, okay, come on, we can go over to each other's house. We can chill, blah, 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 whatever. And also, my home is sacred. Like, this is where I unwind. I enjoy my space. And I don't want any and everybody in my house. Who are you? And you should be saying the same thing to me. Like, you should be thinking to me, who is Romeo? I don't know who that is. I don't want him in my house. And had I had my own apartment in my early 20s, oh, baby, it would have been all types of energies in this. It would have been all types of energies in this house. No. It would have been all types of energies in this house. No. Like, you have to be picky and choosy. Now I'm lecturing y'all. Y'all have to be picky and choosy who y'all let in y'all house. Period, point blank. Ain't nobody coming in ain't just anybody coming in my house. No. You're not coming in my house. You better be happy that y'all are able to see my house from social media. Y'all better be able to be happy about that. Other than that, ain't nobody coming in my house. And if we haven't been on our, I'll say 4th date, or I'll say if we've had our 3rd date and we're going on our 4th, okay, I think I'm open enough. I like you enough to know, okay, you can come over to my house. Like, we can watch a movie, we can cook dinner, and vice versa. Like, I don't mind coming over to your house too. But I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to come over your house. So long story short, I didn't hear back from him after our 1st date because I didn't want to come over his house. Whatever. 2nd date. Now this one's a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? This one is a little bit more crazy. I went on a date with this one guy. We went out for pizza. Whatever. The date was normal for a good 25 minutes. Then we started asking each other questions to get to know one another. Long story short, he asked if I was into poly. For those who don't know, poly is when you are in a relationship with multiple people. I think that's my definition of poly. Isn't that's what poly means, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. If I think so, poly is so the difference between open relationship and poly. Open relationship is you can see other people, but it's only you and your partner. It's only 2 of y'all. Poly means it's like 5 people in a relationship. 3, 4, 5, whatever. Like, y'all are all in a partnership. So he asked me if I was into poly. I said, I don't have anything against anyone who does that, but I just know for me and my partner, I would just like it for it to be us. So then he like completely switched up and was just like, well, if I'm with anyone, they need to be poly. And I said, okay. What did I say? I said, okay. Well, this is good to know. So in my head, I'm saying, this is the last date we'll ever go on. But I'm trying to keep my composure because what's the point of spazzing out? I know that this is the last day we're ever going on. We don't see eye to eye when it comes to a partnership and it only being monogamous. Is monogamous the word? I think so. Yeah. I mean, at this point, what's the point in blowing up? We don't see eye to eye. All I'm going to say is, oh, wow, okay. And then just keep in mind that this is the last day that I'm going on with you. He continues to be very interesting, for a lack of a better word, throughout the continual of the date. And he begins to throw jabs and talk about my outfit. And this is after I say that I am not interested in poly. It's like he became an asshole out of nowhere. So I looked at him and I said, it seems like our date turned left ever since I said I was not interested in poly. I said, is this correct or incorrect? And he was just like, well, at this point, I said I do poly. I don't even know why you're sitting here. I said, what? I looked at him dead in the eyes and I said, look, I'm being dead the fuck ass with you. I said, are you playing or are you serious? Because I will leave. He said, I'm serious. Why are you still sitting here? Baby, I grabbed my keys, I grabbed my lip chap, and I left. What? Are you kidding me? Like, who am I dating? Like, oh my God. This is insane. Like, who am I dating? Like, what? I've never had to walk out of a date. I didn't pay. I left. Like, I literally, all he said, as soon as he said, I don't even know why you're sitting here, you can leave. Bet. I grabbed my keys, I grabbed my lip chap, and I left. I didn't pay for nothing. Are you kidding me? What? Do you know who you're on a date with? What? Like, please, I don't have time for this. I don't have time. Like, what? So, long story short, I left. So he hit me up and he says, I was just joking, but have a great day. I don't have time for this. I do not have time. So my first date, I got stood up. My second date, I got harassed because I don't do poly. So I had to leave because he told me, why am I still sitting here? Are you kidding me? So that was my last date. I haven't been on a date. That was like February. Right now it's June. I haven't been on a date since. And where am I with my dating? I don't know. I don't feel like wasting my time, but I also know that in order to find someone, you have to kind of put yourself out there. So I don't know where I'm at really. I just know that my dating has not been the most successful, especially with those two dates. I've had other dates that have happened beside those two. Those were just two worth mentioning. The others weren't necessarily worth mentioning. We just agreed to not continue our dating episode. But as I get older, I am realizing what I would like and what I don't want. You know, I'm getting older, so I'm realizing that you have to think more deeply than just looks. Like, looks matter, but they don't matter. Like, when I was 23 years old, I needed you to be 6'6". I still kind of want you to be 6'6". I needed you to be 6'6". I needed you to fit every description and characteristic that I had in the book. And now I'm realizing that means nothing. Because if you take all that away from that individual, they have nothing else. They don't have no personality. They don't have any loyalty. They don't have any vulnerability. They're not emotionally available. Like, they don't have anything. I have to figure out what more is there to the person that I'm dating outside of their looks. And that's currently where I'm at right now. Looks matter, but they don't matter to me. Like, granted, do I have a type? I kind of have a type. I don't want to say my type because I don't want to get canceled. But I do have a type. I do. I'm not going to hold you. If I ask for anything, and this is outside of just, this is just the physical appearance I'm just talking about. This is me being ignorant. Forgive me. I'm not perfect. This is me being ignorant. I cannot date anybody shorter than me. I don't care. I've tried it. I've attempted it. I'm not the tallest thing walking, and I'm also not the shortest thing walking. So I mean, I'm an average height for a man. I'm 5'8". So I'm gonna come across a lot of men who are possibly shorter than me, and I'm also gonna come across a lot of men who are taller than me because I'm literally average height. So it's normal for me to come across being either the shortest in the room or the tallest in the room because I'm literally average height. I'm 5'8". I've dated shorter men and it just doesn't work out. I love you, short kings, but it has everything to do with me. It's not you. It's me. It's not you. I don't feel confident walking next to my guy and he's short. I don't care. Like, I don't feel confident. It's me. It's not you. I want to feel fab next to my man and I need him to be like 6'3". Like I need to feel fab. Like, I don't care. Like, I love my short kings, but if you're shorter than me, if you're 5'7" and under, it's just not gonna work out because it's me, it's not you. I promise. It's not gonna work out because I need to feel like fab. I need to feel like, yeah, like you are like, I want to be able to walk in a room and it's just like, yeah, it's me and him, you know, and I don't feel like it's me and him next to someone who's 5'7". Like, I'm sorry, I just don't. So, and I know I'm not the shortest thing walking, so I'm gonna come across a lot of men who are shorter than me. All I ask is that you're like 5'10" and above. Like, I have to feel fab. Like, that's the only request that I have, is that you're taller than me. Preferably 6'2" and above. But if you're 5'10" and up, okay, well, that will do. That's me being ignorant. Outside of that, I'm realizing that I need my man to be vulnerable and emotionally available. I've dated a lot of people who are not emotionally available, and they did not let me know how they were feeling emotionally. First off, I talk too much, okay? And if I feel that there's any situation of we don't feel aligned, or I feel like there's tension, I'm gonna ask, hey, is everything okay? Because I need there to be space and opportunity for us to talk if there's a problem. There's going to be problems in all relationships, whether that's friendships, whether that's, a romantic relationship, whether that's family dynamics. Whether it's a colleague, there's going to be stuff that hits the fan, and you have to know how to communicate. And at our big grown age, I need you to know how to communicate. And if you don't know how to communicate, that's fair, because a lot of people have not worked on their communication skills. Okay, bet, cool. But what can we do to improve your communication skills? I'm also not requesting that I have a project on my hands. I do not want a project. And what I mean by a project is I don't want to fix her upper. I don't want to have to fixer upper a person so that they can be compatible for me. But there are some things that I don't mind enhancing, because I want you to also enhance me. I don't mind enhancing my partner because I also want to be enhanced as well. But what I don't want is a fixer upper. You completely have nothing. You completely have nothing. I'm not doing that. But I don't mind enhancing parts of you, because I also want to be enhanced for parts that may be needing it enhanced in me. So that's where I'm at. I've discussed my non-negotiable of the physical attraction. The non-negotiable for my overall well-being attraction is just being able to communicate and being vulnerable and being emotionally available. I need to know how you feel. And granted, you may be the person who doesn't feel comfortable talking about their feelings, then we're not meant to be together, because I need you to talk. All that, I'm just not the person who discusses my feelings, then we're not compatible, because I need you to let me know how you feel. Period, point blank, because I'm going to let you know how I feel. So that is a non-negotiable for me. Another non-negotiable, I need your family to be accepting of your LGBTQ lifestyle.
Is your family accepting of your LGBTQ lifestyle?
Okay, it's giving Wendy Williams. Is your family accepting of your LGBTQ lifestyle? It's giving that. I need your family to be accepting of your LGBTQ lifestyle, because I don't want to walk on eggshells when I'm around your mama. I don't even walk around eggshells around my mama. My mama loves me, and she loves the fact that I am who I am. She always tells me, be who you are for your pride. Okay? She texted me this month, June, and texted me saying Happy Pride Day or Happy Pride Month with a rainbow flag. I don't even walk around eggshells with my own family, let alone your family. And I'm not trying to downplay anyone's family dynamic and how their family may not be accepting of their lifestyle. This is just my request, because I know how toxic it can be being around a group of folks who are not accepting of who you are. I don't even want to say your lifestyle. Who you are. People are not accepting of who you are. Forget lifestyle, because it seems like you're choosing this lifestyle. It's who you are, and people are not accepting of that. And I hate to say this, at my age, I just don't have I don't have it in me to walk around eggshells when it comes to your family and they're not accepting of you, because I'm a family's person. I want you to come around my family. I want to come around your family for the holidays. I want the both of us to just be able to get to know each other through our families interchangeably, right? So I'm a family type of person, and I want to know that I'm able to come as my self around your family. Of course, be respectful. I'm not gonna go in there and be like, I want you feel me. I'm gonna be respectful, but I still want to be myself. And what I mean by myself is being your partner, being your husband, being your boyfriend, being whomever I am to you at that very moment in time. But I just know for me, your family has to accept who you are, because with them accepting who you are will allow me to feel even more comfortable being around them when I am around them. Because there's going to be a time when I am around them. Okay? Because my family does not care. They love me. And my mom is so accepting. I remember there was this one time I brought a friend around. My family loves all my friends. Like they take them in, they'll cook for the like. Yeah, my family is very hospitable. It was this one particular time I brought over a male friend, and my mom thought it was like a guy friend. And she looked at him, gave him the biggest hug, gave him a kiss on the cheek. And I'm like, I didn't say anything at that moment, but once he left, I said, Mom, that was not my man. But the fact that you assumed it and you were so loving, it spoke volume, and I'm very appreciative of that. But my family is very accepting of me. I just ask that when it comes to my partner, their family is also accepting of them. And it's tricky, right? Because he can't control that. He can't control how his family feels about him. But I just know for me, that's just something that I can't accept. Like some people don't accept men with kids. I don't accept men who family does not support who they are. Because then now I'm in it. How I get in it? Now I'm in it.
Now why am I in it?
And you could have did it.
See how I get wrong
because you never apologized.
I don't have time for all that. I just don't have time for it. And I want to be able to see your family. I want you to be able to see my family. So it's a non-negotiable for me. I hate to say that. I genuinely do. But I need your family to be accepting of you. It's 2025. Like, come on. Get over yourself. Like, I'm not talking about him. I'm just talking about family members who are not accepting of their child's life. Like, I don't know. But that's something that I've realized throughout my time getting older. What's something else? Another thing that's a non-negotiable is I need my partner to like me for being gay, if that makes any sense. And you're probably thinking, Romeo, what do you mean by your partner liking you for being gay? Of course he likes you for being gay. No. There is a level of too much gayness in the gay community. And here's one thing about me. If I'm going to be anything, I'm going to be gay. Okay? That's not changing. Okay? That's not changing. So the idea of me being too gay for an individual, that right there alone, we're not compatible because I'm not changing over here. And I know, some of the girls may think that I'm trade, and I'm not. I'm one of the girls. I'm one of the girls. So I know that when I have I don't want to say a lot, but I have a few people in my DMs, and I think that they think that I'm going to give one thing, but when they get to know me, they're like, oh, this is a whole girl. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a girl. Like, I'm sorry that my tattoos and everything else fooled you, but no, I'm not the hyper masculine individual that you assumed that I was. No, I'm one of the girls. I wear a purse too. So I need my partner to be accepting of that. Like, so I am the perfect example, or at least I like to think of being the perfect example of a butch queen. For those who don't know what a butch queen is, a butch queen meets in the middle of masculinity and femininity. Butch queen, put both of those together, me, butch queen. So I meet in the middle of masculinity and femininity, and I love that for me. And I want my partner to be able to accept the fact that I am a butch queen, and he likes that. He actually, what's the word I'm looking for? He actually prefers the fact that I'm a butch queen. I want someone who enjoys the fact that I have a perfect amount of femininity and masculinity, because then there won't be any issues of, oh, well, you're just too gay for me. I don't have time for all that. I'm too gay. Yeah, that's what I am. That's like telling someone. That's like telling a dog, you're too much of a dog. He's a dog. That's like telling a cat, you're just too much of a cat. You meow too much. He's a cat. So, but I also don't want to put gayness in a box, because there's different ways that being gay looks, right? I do want to mention that there is different levels of being gay. There's not one picture or one definition of being gay. Being a part of the LGBTQ community is just way too broad of a community to just label a stereotype or to label someone as one thing. Just being gay alone. So I'm not saying that you have to be feminine to be gay. I'm not saying that at all. There's a lot of people out there who are very, very masculine. There's a lot of people out there who carry both dynamics. It's very broad. It's very colorful. We love that. What I mean by I need my partner to allow me to be gay is need him to not put any restrictions on me. That's the best way I could think of it. I don't want any restrictions. Allow me to be as broad as the LGBTQ lifestyle that I'm currently am in. Okay, allow me to be broad. Allow me to be open. Allow me to spread my wings. Don't put me in a box. Okay, so that's the best way that I could think of what I'm trying to say. I want my partner to like me for being gay, and that is me saying I don't want to be restricted as to who I have to be for your comfortability. Clock that T. So that's currently where I am with that. So that's another non-negotiable for me. Just my partner accepting the fact that I'm gay. My partner having a family who is accepting of his LGBTQ lifestyle. And someone who is shorter than me. I had mentioned that earlier. So yeah. But as I continue to date in my 30s, I go back to the question of, is dating in your 30s ghetto, or do we just have higher standards? That's what I'm trying to ask myself. And I'm also just trying to take into account that I'm trying to find my lifelong partner. I'm not 21 anymore where I'm just trying to get attention from someone and then, and then I pay it and move on to the next person. No, I want to find my life partner. So I have to take this seriously, and I have to understand that me vetting a lot of these individuals is going to take time. Like, I've never been in a jump from relationship into another. I've never been a serial dater. You jump into one relationship, go into another relationship, jump into another relationship, leave that relationship. I've never been a serial dater. Never been that. I don't even like it. My type is not even that broad enough for me to jump into relationships like that. I'm very strict. My type, I'm not as strict as what I used to be. But if you know me and you know me well, you know I don't date everybody, because there's gonna be, or let me say, there was gonna be something that turned me off. Like, I was very, I don't want to say shallow, but I was shallow. If you did anything, I'm like, oh no, you will no. I was shallow. So if you're in your 30s or you may be older, just know that you should want to vet your options, because you're looking for your life partner, or you should want to be looking for your life partner by this age. And you're going to run into a lot of frogs. I ran into a lot of them in my 30s, hell, in my 20s. But now that I'm older and I'm more mature and I'm dating for more of a purpose and I'm intentionally dating, you have to understand that it's going to take time. You're going to run across a lot of frogs, but you'll find that one frog that you end up kissing that will turn into a prince. But you just have to be patient. And just also know that it's also God's timing. Like, the partner that you're possibly looking for probably isn't even ready. The partner that's meant for you probably didn't even go through the character development that they need to go through for you to finally meet them. And do you want to meet your partner right now, the partner that you're supposed to be with, and they're not even at their full potential? You're not even at your full potential. Let's really speak facts. You're not even at your full potential, let alone is your partner at their full potential, wherever they may be. But eventually, when y'all do meet and it's God's timing, y'all would have both met when y'all were supposed to have met. So that's how I like to think of it. But that's kind of where I'm at. I just wanted to at least speak on my experience of dating, where I'm at currently versus where I used to be with my non-negotiables and negotiables, and pose to you all the question, is dating in your 30s really ghetto? Or do we just have higher standards now because we're older? So, hope you enjoyed this episode. And next episode, I'm tired of saying IDK. I'm going to say next episode next week. I'm trying to do these once a week. And so far, I've been good at doing that. So, yay. Talk to you all soon. Bye.